Come on, no. There we go.
Since when do you need a book telling you how to feed a baby?
Oh, you mean this? Well, yeah, it's about babies, but it's not terribly practical. It happens to be the only book I could find in our vast library that concerned babies. Must be yours. It's parent-child interaction. Can't understand a word of it.
Well, I think you better start interacting with Jamey. Looks like he wants more of that mush.
Mush? This is not mush. This happens to be baby cereal, and he loves it. Well, sometimes. You want to try it? I got a better idea. Why don't you try feeding him for a while?
Me? No. I know absolutely nothing about feeding babies, and even less about interacting with them.
Oh, all you have to do is what comes naturally, as we think it is.
Well, considering the baby didn't come naturally, so what?
I don't think we have to discuss that at this very moment.
April, you and I have a lot to say about this situation, and I think we have to talk about it very soon. If we don't, things are just going to... I think we're going to have that little talk right now.
That can't be Logan.
You told him to come by today.
Well, it is a bit early, wouldn't you say?
No, April. The sooner we get this straightened out, the better it's going to be for all of us. And I mean all of us. Even him.
Don't you worry, Jamey, because I'm not going to let anyone take you away from me. No, I'm not.
Good morning, April. Hi there, Tiger Jim. Remember your old dad, do you? Huh?
Are you sure you don't want some breakfast or something? I could scramble you up some eggs.
Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. I'll tell you, we'd like some coffee if you've got any left.
Yeah, honey, I'll get it for him.
Would you like me to take over the feeding there? I used to be pretty good at it. Had a lot of practice while Raven was around.
No, I think actually he's had enough. I was thinking I'd maybe put him in the playpen, let him try to break a few more of his toys.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Especially since we're going to be talking about it.
Little pitchers have big ears, huh? My mother used to say that all the time. I never did know what it meant.
Yeah, well, I still don't. I'll be right back.
Any word from Raven?
No, nothing yet. Well, she's been in London for a couple of hours now. Probably sitting with her mother, telling her what a beast I am.
I still find it hard to believe that she would just leave that way. You mean to walk out on the entire marriage?
Believe it, believe it. She wanted to be the one to do the walking out. It's much more dramatic that way, you know? Could jump on a plane, whole ocean between us. Not that that's any different. There's been an ocean between us for some time now.
Is there any chance for a reconciliation?
None. This marriage is dead and buried. The only thing left is the last rites, and that's what you and I are going to perform.
You mean a divorce?
As quickly as possible and as cleanly as possible. I want everything wrapped up, including Jamey.
What was that? Did I hear something about Jamey?
April, I don't know how to apologize for all the nonsense that went on yesterday. I mean, Raven coming in here with her wild idea about giving away our child.
Wait a second, Logan, I'm a little confused. What do you mean, Raven's wild idea?
Well, it means that Raven didn't have the right to give away their child to the first person she met on a street corner.
Draper, Raven did no such thing. What she did was turn over the care of her baby to people she knows and trusts. People who have taken care of Jamey, who know him and love him and...
April, I didn't mean to infer, even for a moment, that you and Draper wouldn't make wonderful parents for Jamey or any other child for that matter. It's just that, well, he's already got a parent. And Raven was only doing that to spite me.
Now, that's what I've been telling April all along.
Yeah, well, Logan, I think you should take a look at these.
What's this? Oh, yeah.
Oh, those are the two so-called legal papers giving us
They
Jamey.
are legal.
Oh.
Logan, Raven wanted us to keep Jamey, and I think it's rather unfair of you to walk in here like this and take him away from us.
Oh. April, I'm not doing anything like that. I couldn't take him today, even if I wanted to. I got my job to look after, and I've got nobody to care for him right now. I have to make provisions.
No, wait a minute. We'll settle this right now. Logan, April and I will take care of Jamey for you until you make other arrangements.
Wait a second. As far as I'm concerned, Raven is the only one who has any legal right to make any decisions as far as Jamey's
My
concerned.
God, April, listen to yourself. What's gotten into you? Are you telling us that Logan has nothing to say about the situation?
No, that's not
Then
what
what are you saying?
Excuse me.
How about that?
sorry.
Well, I guess it's not going to do any good to talk about this now, is it? Yeah, I got to get over to the hospital anyway. I was supposed to see that Madisson girl this morning.
Yeah, I was going to go over myself. Did you hear what happened to her last night?
Yeah, I got most of the story about this bartender who turns out to be Tobias, but I thought I'd go over and get the details firsthand.
Yeah. Look, why don't you wait until I get a coat and I'll go with you. She still is my client technically anyway.
Okay, let's go.
Logan. About Jamey. We'll straighten it out, I promise.
Poor Bill. What a time for him to go away on a vacation. Just when the Tobias case has come to a head.
That's quite a story, all right. You're going to have to do a lot of digging to get the facts behind it.
Yes, unfortunately, I won't be able to talk to the one person who knows all those facts, Paige Madisson.
Well, I know one person who will be talking to her. Draper's going to the hospital this morning. And frankly, I'm just as glad that I don't have to face him first thing.
Oh, you mean because of what Mr. Seward told us about Margot Dorn?
I'm afraid Seward's theory is probably correct. That Draper's mother-in-law is the one and only reason he didn't get that New York job.
Mike, the evidence is very damning.
She wanted to keep her daughter in the same town, right here. That's got to be the reason she did it. Not to spite Draper, but just to make sure that her daughter didn't leave.
Honey, that was a very cruel, ruthless thing for her to do. She should be ashamed of herself.
Oh, yes, she should. But, Nancy, I still don't think we should get involved in this. It's not our place to let the cat out of the bag.
I know, but even if you may be right, motherly love is no justification for doing what she did. Honey, I just wish the whole truth would come out.
Of course, Seward isn't 100% sure of the truth. David Hansen didn't actually say that Margot told him to reject Draper. Seward still has to check that out.
It's a foregone conclusion. If Draper knew...
Nancy, if Draper knew, he'd be unhappier than he is right now.
Yes, that's true. Well, I'm off to headquarters to find out what the police know about Mr. Tobias.
Well, one thing they do know, a dead man can't be much of a threat to Paige Madisson.
Yeah. She must be a very relieved young lady right now.
Good morning, Paige. These ought to cheer you up. They're from your brother. Well, I would say that you are coming along just fine, Paige. But if I were you, from now on, I'd make sure that those pilot lights are working before you do any more cooking with gas.
I wasn't the one who blew out the pilot lights, Doctor. It was someone who was supposedly a friend of mine.
Is it all right to come in?
Come right ahead, Mr. Madison.
How's she doing, Doctor? Is she all right?
She's doing just fine. Paige, see you later.
Well, don't eat them all at once, okay?
Daddy.
Honey?
Oh, God, it was so awful.
Oh, come on, Paige. I know. It's all over, though. No one's gonna hurt you. There's no more Tobias to worry about, okay?
I thought he was my friend. I thought he was trying to stop those assassins, but he was the one who was sending them. He wasn't interested in helping anybody. He was interested in the money. It's all he cared about, just the money.
I know. Now, come on, don't cry. Come on, Paige. There's no reason to cry anymore. Oh, honey, you're safe. Tobias is dead. Come on. Well, what is it, Paige?
God, you know what it is. It's Brian.
Brian?
Brian told me. That's why I was running away in the first place.
Running away? Is that what you were doing? Is that why you went off to see Tobias?
Tobias was the only friend I thought I had in the world.
Come on, Paige, and that's just nonsense.
I couldn't stay in that house another minute longer. When I knew why Brian left 3 years ago. I mean, I really understood why he ran away.
Never wanted him to tell you that. I begged him not to tell you the truth. Paige, I just couldn't see that any good would possibly come of it.
Daddy, you told him. You told him that he could only love me as a sister, because that's what I was. I was really his sister.
Honey, none of us thought, I mean, we just never thought that it would ever come to that. My God, you were just kids. You were just kids who used to play checkers. We used to run around in the backyard screaming like crazy Indians.
And you never considered that we might grow up to play house, Daddy?
I guess I just never thought you'd grow up at all. You know, a father never does until one day, I don't know, it just hits you over the head like a hammer and you realize that there's a woman in the house instead of the little girl that used to be there.
Why didn't you tell me, Daddy? Long ago. Long before I started loving Brian the way I do.
I don't know why. I was wrong, okay? I was wrong, not just to keep it a secret, but to have created the situation in the first place.
Brian told me you said you were guilty. Does that make you feel better?
No, it doesn't. I know that saying that I was wrong doesn't excuse what I did.
Well, what about Nola? Nola had something to do with this too, didn't she?
Oh, come on, Paige, that was years ago. I mean, I didn't even know when I felt like that. God, I was living life at 100 miles an hour. Nothing seemed enough. Grabbed at every sensation, every emotion, all the so-called pleasures in life. Of course, they didn't prove to be very worthwhile, you know.
You don't expect me to feel sorry for you, do you?
No, I don't. 'Cause I did what I wanted to do. Of course, I didn't want Nola to become pregnant. That was a terrible mistake. But of course, no matter how unhappy my relationship was with your mother, it was a marriage, and I wanted it to continue.
But it didn't continue. You divorced my mother.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And Nola herself was divorced, so we got together. Well, the family was united. My first child and my second child, together. But honestly, Paige, never in a million years did I ever think that anything like this would happen.
Well, that's it, you know. It's just over. I'll just learn to forget about Brian the way he learned to forget about me, right? Hey, I'll run off and join the Navy too. They take women now, so fine.
Come on now, Paige, now don't do anything silly. I don't want you to leave. Oh, honey, I need you.
Well, I have needs too, Daddy.
I know that. But there'll be somebody else. That's one thing I do know, Paige. Really, listen to me. When there's a need, there's always somebody else.
Good morning. So you didn't know Tobias was in town until you saw him at the Unicorn?
No, I didn't. When I saw him behind that bar, I was completely flabbergasted.
And he didn't tell you that he'd been in town for a while?
Well, I knew.
But you didn't know until Elliot Dorn called you at your home to talk about your stepmother. I'm sorry, Owen, but that was the reason you went down to the Unicorn, wasn't it? Because Mrs. Madisson wasn't feeling well?
Deborah, will that have to be made public?
No, I don't see why it's important. What I want to know is why Tobias didn't get in touch with you before, if he was supposed to be such a good friend of yours.
Well, I think we know the answer to that one. He was no friend at all. He was our worst enemy.
Good morning, everybody. Mr. Madisson, Miss Deborah.
Paige, how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm fine. Absolutely nobody can kill me. All the experts have tried.
Well, Miss Madisson, it now appears that your friend Tobias was the man behind all those experts. Is that your opinion, not too?
That was going to be my next question.
Oh, pardon me, Officer Saxon. It's your case. You have the floor.
I didn't think there was anything wrong with Toby at all till the night I went to his place.
Why'd you go there?
I just went there, that's all. I got a call from him that he was thinking of leaving town and it would be the last time I'd see him.
Okay, so you went to Nicky Dial's, Tobias's apartment. Then what happened?
I saw something I wasn't supposed to see. Something in a cheap little suitcase. $1 million in a cheap cardboard suitcase.
$1 million? In cash?
Yes, cash. I think it's pretty obvious where the money came from.
Sure, from those South American rebels. people he sold those defective guns to.
Yeah, but you told us before that there were no financial arrangements.
That's what Tobias told me. He told me we were just doing it for the sake of helping. But he lied. He lied to me. He was in it for the money.
That guy wore a mask all the time, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true. He did. Always. I'm sure those guns were defective too, and he knew it, and he didn't care. Just for the money.
Paige, is it possible that this Tobias wanted the plan to fail, that he wanted the entire gang to get caught?
It might be, Draper. I don't know.
Makes sense to me. Double-crossed them the same way he double-crossed you.
Sure, the more gang members that he got rid of, the more there was for him, right?
He had a list of the gang members in his apartment.
This list? Found it the other day. It's a list of all the assassins who attacked you. Now, your name is at the bottom of this with a question mark. Do you have any idea why it's there?
I think he didn't know whether I had to die or not. He wanted me to go away with her.
And would you have?
I couldn't. Not after I saw what was in the suitcase. I found out that he lied to me, found out what he really was, and that was when he decided he'd try to kill me.
Look, I think we've had enough for today. I think maybe Paige should rest, okay?
Yeah, I agreed. Just one more thing. Logan, why don't you tell Paige and Mr. Madisson what you told me on the trip down here?
All right, I think that might be a good idea. Miss Madisson, your immunity is no longer temporary. My office is dropping all charges against you permanently. Case closed.
Oh, that's just wonderful. That's
Counselor, let's you and me get out.
Okay, Paige, take care of yourself. Mr. Madisson?
Thank you.
You bet. Bye now.
Bye.
Deborah, can I buy you a cup of coffee?
Oh, thank you, Owen. I think I better get back to my office and type up my report.
Honey, see you later.
You know, Logan, I really appreciate you telling Paige that. It's going to help her recover, believe me.
Perfectly all right.
And Logan, about our other business. We'll talk about that, okay?
Soon, the three of us, you, me, and April.
All right, Mrs. Stern, I'll file that petition for preference, but we'll just have to hope for the best. Oh, yes, I'll let you know. Thanks for calling. Goodbye. Yes, Anna. See me? Sure. Ask her to come in. April.
Hello, Mike.
It's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you, too.
You haven't been in this office for months.
No.
But if you're looking for Draper,
No, I know. Draper's at the hospital visiting Paige Madisson, which is why I thought it might be a good time to come and talk to you.
Oh. Want some advice about Christmas presents for your husband?
No, not quite. But that's pretty close. As a matter of fact, we have received a present, a very wonderful present, and, well, I would just like to know whether we can keep it. Well, Mike, what do you think? Are they legal?
What's legal isn't always easy to define, April.
Yeah, but a mother does have the right to choose a legal guardian for her child, doesn't she?
Well, normally a guardian is appointed by the court or named in a will.
Are you saying that if the parents are still living, that a guardian can't be chosen?
Of course they can, if the court decides it's best for the child.
I see. Are you telling me that I have to go to court?
Not necessarily. Not unless the issue is being contested by someone or unless there is some reason to question your competency.
Mike, please tell me, can anyone take Jamey away from me?
April, what about his father?
Who, Logan? Logan isn't Jamey's legal father. Jamey is Logan's son only because he was married to Raven. Now, Raven and Logan's marriage has broken up. She has taken off for Europe. And the way she was talking, she plans on staying there.
Of course, that might just be talk.
Raven doesn't want Jamey. Raven never wanted Jamey. That's why she left him with me so often. Mike, I've been more of a mother to that baby than she ever
April,
was.
I don't question that. But what about Logan?
What about Logan? Why should he have any more legal rights than I have?
April, to be completely honest, I know more about this situation than you might know. You see, Draper's given me some...
Draper's upset because Logan is his friend. Draper should be a little more interested in me. I'm his wife. Mike, Logan can have all the children he wants and I can't. Look, I know that has no bearing on this situation, absolutely none at all.
April, are you telling me that you intend to keep Jamey, no matter what?
Yes, I do. Mike, Logan can take me to court. But Raven is Jamey's mother. And it's wrong to go against her wishes, and she wants Jamey with me. So no matter what Logan does, or no matter what Draper says, I'm not going to give Jamey up.